Stop scrolling right now. If you leave before the final word of this message, you are going to miss the exact instruction you need to survive the massive transition I am about to bring into your life. I have called you here, not by accident, but by a divine, orchestrated appointment. I have to break some hard news to you today. Things in your life are about to change drastically. The shift that is coming is going to be painful at first, and it will challenge everything you thought you knew. But it is the absolute only way to deliver the immense, generational blessing you have been begging me for. I am finally going to fix that exact agonizing issue that has been keeping you up at night, staring at the ceiling with a racing heart. But it is going to require major structural changes in your life, and I need you to trust me through the extreme discomfort of this necessary surgery. If you are willing to trust my hands even when it hurts, declare, "Lord, I surrender to your process, where all can see," and anchor your faith right now. This is not just another passing word. This is my actual voice, reaching through the noise of your chaotic world, speaking directly to your spirit. Do not turn away. I want to see you. I want to look past the heavy, exhausting mask you wear for everyone else. I want to look beyond the brave smile you force onto your face when your heart is actively shattering inside your chest. I want to see you exactly as you are, in your weakness, in your debilitating doubts, in the secret hot tears you cry in your car or in the shower when absolutely no one is watching. My eyes have been fixed on you since before the foundation of the earth was even formed. I knew every detail of your life before you took your first breath, and right now, in this very specific second, I am leaning in closer to you than you can possibly imagine. I see the invisible battles you've been fighting in your mind. I see the bone-deep weariness in your soul, the kind of exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. I see the staggering heaviness you carry on your shoulders every single day, a weight that no one else in your life truly understands. You have tried so incredibly hard to be the strong one. You have tried to hold your family together, your career together, your friendships together. You have been the pillar for everyone around you, but inside, you feel like you are slowly crumbling to dust. And yet, despite all the breaking, you are here. You are still standing. And because you are here, because you have not given up, you must know this. I have chosen this exact precise moment in human history to speak breath back into your collapsing lungs. I have waited for this moment. I have rearranged circumstances, delayed certain plans, and orchestrated this encounter, because I absolutely will not let you walk away from this day the same way you came into it. Listen to me, my child. Do not let the distractions of your day, the anxiety of your schedule, or the whispering lies of the enemy steal this word from your spirit. Do not let the fear of what must change convince you to close your heart. If you walk away now out of fear or pride, you will walk right past the breakthrough I have already dispatched from heaven for your life. Today, just listen. Let me truly see you. Drop the armor. Because when you finally stop hiding and let me see you, everything in your reality begins to permanently change. Now that you have paused, now that your anxious heart has finally leaned in to listen to my frequency, I need you to hear me with all the immense weight of truth and unconditional love that I am pouring into this very moment. Do not harden your heart to what I am about to say. I am not speaking to you with a tone of condemnation, anger, or disappointment. I am speaking to you with the fierce, protective compassion of a father who refuses to lose his child. I know what you have carried. I know the dark, heavy secrets and burdens you have hidden from your spouse, your friends, and your family. I know the nights you've spent wide awake, staring into the oppressive darkness of your bedroom, your mind spiraling into worst-case scenarios, asking yourself if anyone in this entire universe truly understands the profound ache you feel in your chest. I need you to know this, and I need it to sink into the deepest fibers of your being. I understand it. I have seen every single silent tear that soaked your pillow. I have heard every unspoken, fragmented prayer that you couldn't even form into words. You thought no one noticed you pulling away. You thought no one noticed the light leaving your eyes. You thought nobody cared that you were drowning in plain sight. You thought nobody could see your silent panic. But I saw it all. I caught every tear. I felt every sharp pain in your heart, as if it were my own. I know there are parts of your life you've tucked away in the shadows. There are deep, jagged wounds you never wanted exposed to the light. There are memories of failure, of betrayal, of mistakes that you would rather bury in the ground forever. And because of those hidden things, you constantly wonder if your broken pieces completely disqualify you from my love. You wonder if you are the one child I look at with regret. Hear my voice right now. I do not turn away from your scars. I run toward them. I do not despise your moments of weakness. I cover them with my overwhelming strength. I do not reject your messy, complicated past. I actively redeem it and turn it into a masterpiece. You have believed a toxic, demonic lie that you must hide your true self from me. You have believed that if I truly saw you, if I truly knew every single ugly detail of what you've done, what you've thought, and what horrific things have been done to you, I would turn my back and walk away in disgust. But listen to the truth of heaven. I have never, for a fraction of a millisecond, turned away from you. I have been sitting right beside you this entire time, longing for you to just stop hiding, longing for you to stop running, longing for you to just lift your weary eyes and let me look at you, exactly as you are. You have been carrying shame like a heavy, suffocating winter cloak that weighs down your soul in the middle of summer. You have spent hours replaying old failures in your mind like a movie, torturing yourself, constantly whispering to your own reflection that you will never be enough, that you are ruined, that you have missed your chance. I am telling you today, with absolute authority, you are more than enough in me. You do not need to clean yourself up to come to me. You do not need to be perfect for me to love you. My love for you does not waver when you stumble and fall. My love does not grow dim when your faith gets weak. My love is not a transaction based on how strong you are, how much you read your Bible, or how well you perform. My love is based entirely on who I am, and I am unchanging, relentless, furious love. I have never measured your worth by your failings. I measured your worth by the cross. And at the cross, I looked at all your mess, all your sin, all your brokenness, and I loudly declared to the entire spiritual realm, you are worthy. At the cross, I declared you are mine. If I have been faithful to you, even when you were faithless to yourself, declare, Jesus, you are my constant, to bear witness to my enduring grace. You look in the mirror and you see your weakness, but I look at you and I see explosive, world-changing potential. You look at your past and see a string of embarrassing mistakes, but I see the stunning, resilient beauty I am actively bringing out of them. You see your shattered brokenness, but I see a rare, chosen vessel getting ready to shine with my blinding glory. You honestly think you are unseen. You think you are overlooked by the people you love. You think you are completely forgotten by the world. But I have carved your specific name deep into the palms of my hands. I have numbered the very hairs on your head. I have walked in step with you through every single season of your life. especially the excruciating ones where you swore to yourself that you were walking entirely alone. Every single time you cried out, wondering if I was even in the room, I was closer to you than the very oxygen entering your lungs. I know exactly how utterly tired you are. I know you have been fighting brutal spiritual and emotional battles in absolute silence. I know the toll it takes to force yourself to be the strong, dependable one for everyone else, while inside you feel like your entire world is falling apart. I have watched you smile for your co-workers when your heart was practically bleeding. I have watched you keep walking when your legs were trembling under the weight of your reality. I have watched you hold onto the very edge of the cliff when you thought you couldn't take another second of the pressure. And in those moments you asked yourself, does anyone see this? Does God even care? I am answering you today. I see it. I care. And I am here right now to lift this suffocating weight completely off your shoulders. You have spent so much of your life searching for love in empty places that could never satisfy your soul. You have exhausted yourself trying to prove your worth to people who are too blind, too selfish, or too broken to ever truly value you. You have chased acceptance in the eyes of others, molding yourself to fit their expectations, only to be left feeling emptier, lonelier, and more rejected than before. But my beautiful child, my acceptance is not something you have to earn. It is a free gift, given completely. My love is not conditional. It is fierce and eternal. I am not waiting for you to fix yourself, to become someone else, or to reach some imaginary level of perfection before I love you. I love you right now, in this exact state, with every single flaw, insecurity, and fear that you think disqualifies you. You are mine, and I am incredibly proud to call you my own. I know the intense battles raging in your mind right now. I know the paralyzing doubts and the gripping fears. I hear the demonic lies that constantly whisper in your ear that you are a failure, that you are not enough, that everyone else is passing you by. You have believed that dark voice for far too long. It has convinced you that you will never change. It has told you that your mind will always be broken. It has told you that your current suffering is permanent and that you are simply too far gone to be saved. But I am shattering that lie right now with the power of my word. You are not too far gone. There is no depth you can sink to that my arm cannot reach down and pull you out of. You are not defined by the mistakes of your past. You are defined exclusively by my love for you. And my love says you are chosen. My love says you are permanently redeemed. My love says you are an absolute masterpiece, created with deliberate intention, carried with immense compassion, and destined for a glory that will shock the people who counted you out. I know there were long, desolate moments when you genuinely thought I had abandoned you. The silence from heaven felt so heavy, the waiting period stretched on for so agonizingly long, that you wondered if I had just moved on and forgotten about you. But my child, I have never forgotten you. In the silence, I was doing my deepest work in you. In the agonizing waiting, I was actively shaping your character. In the suffocating darkness, I was protecting you from things you couldn't even see. You saw a painful delay, but I saw necessary preparation. You saw my apparent absence, but I saw the perfect opportunity for you to grow roots that are deep and thick enough to actually sustain the massive weight of the blessing I am about to drop into your life. You thought I wasn't answering your prayers, but every single tear-soaked prayer you offered up has been gathered like precious treasure in heaven's throne room. And the exact appointed time is approaching, faster than you realize, when I will release the answer in a way that will leave you absolutely breathless in awe. You have asked me time and time again, Lord, how much longer must I wait? How much longer must I endure this pain? When is it my turn? And I am leaning in to whisper to your spirit right now, not much longer. The very things that felt like they were going to permanently break you were actually the tools I used to build you of steel. The tears you thought were a total waste of emotion have been actively watering the dry soil of your upcoming destiny. The long, terrifying nights you thought would never end have given you the spiritual eyes required to recognize the dawn that is about to break over your life. You are not waiting in vain. Every betrayal, every rejection, every financial crisis, every health scare, every lonely season has been shaping you, refining you, purifying you like raw gold held in a blazing fire. You are going to come out of this furnace not weaker, but exponentially stronger. Not empty, but overflowing with power and wisdom. Do you not know, my child, that I delight in you? I do not merely tolerate you. I rejoice over you with loud singing. The heavens themselves celebrate your existence. You walk around thinking you are completely unnoticed. But I tell you the truth. Angels are assigned to watch over your every step. Every breath you take is a miracle sustained by my hand. Every step you walk is guided by my sovereign will. You have never, for a single second, been ordinary to me. You have always been extraordinary. I did not create you as an afterthought on a whim. I formed you in your mother's womb with exacting precision and specific purpose. I breathed a massive destiny into your bones long before this world even knew your name. And now, I am calling you back to me. But I am not calling you back to dry religion. I am not calling you back to a performance where you have to follow a checklist of rules to earn my favor. I am not calling you to pretend you have it all together. I am calling you into raw, unfiltered intimacy. I do not want your mask. I do not want your fake perfection. I want your true beating heart. I want you, broken or whole, weak or strong, doubting or full of fierce faith. It genuinely doesn't matter to me. I just want you. I want you to let me see you, the real you, without hiding in shame, without the fear of punishment. Because when you finally let me see the darkest parts of you, that is when I can heal you. When you drop the walls and let me in, I restore what is dead. When you stop running away and simply collapse, I catch you and embrace you. Do not turn away from me, my child. Do not walk out of this holy moment. I have waited entirely too long and too patiently for you to finally be still enough to understand this absolute truth. I love you. I do not love the future, fixed version of you. I do not love the version of you that finally has their life all together. I do not love the polished image you desperately try to present on social media or to your friends. I love you right now, in this exact moment, in whatever mess you find yourself in. I see you. I know you. And still, knowing everything about you, I want you. You cannot do anything to make me stop loving you. You cannot commit a sin so great that it makes me walk away. You cannot exhaust my infinite patience. You cannot out-sin my ocean of mercy. My arms are pinned wide open, and I am calling you to step into the light and let me see you, truly see you, and let me hold you in the absolute safety of my unconditional love. So come, child. Drop the heavy walls. Lay down the exhausting burden of your shame. Stop trying to hide the things I already see perfectly. Let the weight fall off your tense shoulders. Let the demonic lies shatter against the truth of my word. Let the tears flow freely if they must, because I promise I will catch every single one of them. You do not need to fight this war alone anymore. You do not need to constantly prove your worth to anyone anymore. You do not need to pretend you are invincible anymore. You only need to come to me, exactly as you are, and let me see you. And when you do, you will finally understand the truth that has evaded you for years. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. You were never unloved. You have always been mine. My child, now that you know I have seen your profound pain, now that you have finally felt the immense weight of my love breaking through the cold shadows that tried to silence your spirit, I must take you deeper. This moment is not just about me seeing your wounds and comforting you. This is about me unveiling the massive destiny that has been hidden beneath those wounds. This is the moment I am asking you to stop playing small, to stop hiding in the background, and to let the blinding light of my presence fall upon every single part of your life. Do not be afraid of what I am about to do. I did not come to expose your flaws to shame you. I came to uncover you so that you can walk in glory. I did not come to reveal your weaknesses so the world could laugh at you. I came to reveal them so that you could finally realize that it is precisely in your weakness that my supernatural strength is perfected. If my presence has brought peace to your soul today, express your gratitude and support this ministry, so I can use it to reach other broken hearts who desperately need to hear this truth. You have believed for so incredibly long that your failures permanently defined your future. You have carried toxic labels that bitter, hurt, or manipulative people spoke over you. Words of harsh rejection, cruel betrayal, and suffocating doubt. You let those vile words sink into the soft tissue of your heart, and you started living as though they were the absolute truth. But I am declaring to you right now, those words did not come from my mouth, and they hold absolutely zero authority over your life. I never called you worthless. I never called you a burden. I never called you a failure. I never called you hopeless. I never ever said you were too far gone or too damaged to be used. Those were the deceptive lies of the enemy, spoken through broken people, strategically designed to keep you bound in chains. They were spoken to keep you looking at the dirt so you would never lift your head and see the crown I am holding for you. But hear me, beloved. Hear what your Creator calls you. I call you chosen. I call you redeemed. I call you forgiven. I call you mighty. I call you mine. And when the Creator of the universe gives you a name, no demon in hell and no human on earth can ever take it away. I know how often you've sat in the silence and questioned, "Why me, Lord? Why did I have to go through all this pain? Why did I have to suffer that abuse? Why did I have to lose that person? Why all this endless, agonizing waiting?" And I am answering you now, directly, because I was preparing you for something massive. You thought the fire was sent to completely destroy you, but it was actually a furnace designed to refine the gold inside of you. You thought the violent storm was going to drown you, but I was actually using it to teach you how to walk on water. You thought the years of waiting were a cruel punishment for something you did wrong, but they were actually divine preparation for a weight of glory you could not have handled previously. Do you not understand what I have been doing? I was shaping you for a monumental purpose, a destiny that could absolutely not be built on a shallow, untested foundation. I was digging deep into the soil of your soul, deepening your spiritual roots, so that when the hurricanes of life come against your future blessing, you will not be uprooted or destroyed. I was violently stretching your faith so that when I finally swing open the massive doors I have prepared for you, you will walk through them with the roar of a lion, with absolute courage, and not with the whimpering of fear. I have watched you stand in the heat of this change. It was never meant to destroy you. Its purpose was to burn away what is useless, so that only the gold of your character remains. I am the craftsman. I have kept the temperature steady and watched the metal until I could see my own face in the surface. I am pruning you now. My blade removes the dead parts that waste your strength. This cutting directs your life toward the fruit that will sustain you later. I am also tilling the hard ground of your heart with the edge of truth. My plow must break the path you have walked for years to reach the potential buried underneath. Your past cannot be allowed to trap the new life I have for you. I ask you to perform a specific act of surrender. Take a heavy grain of your provision and plant it into the soil of this ministry. A light seed will not do. It requires the weight of a tangible gift to reach the moisture where it can grow and multiply. By releasing this substance, you prove that your trust is no longer in what your own hands can hold. This act is a fire on the altar. It consumes your fear and shows you the way forward. Do not keep the grain in your hand when the field is ready. In response, you will see a harvest that fills your storehouses. The grain will bend low with the weight of my blessing for you and for the generations that follow. You will find a vein of favor hidden deep inside the rock of your hardest circumstances. You find it by striking the stone with the blow of a faithful gift. You are now a vessel ready for use. Step out of the heat. The path is open. Walk it today. Do not despise the agonizing pain that shaped you into who you are today. Every single tear you wept has actively watered the soil of your destiny. Every jagged scar on your heart has become a certified testimony of my power to heal the unhealable. Every painful loss you endured has simply made space in your life for me to fill with something infinitely greater, purer, and more aligned with your calling. You thought you were being broken into pieces that could never be put back together, but you were actually being dismantled so I could rebuild you stronger. You thought you were being completely forgotten by heaven, but you were actually being hidden and set apart for a specific mission. You thought you were walking through the darkest valley entirely alone, but every single terrifying step was meticulously ordered and guarded by my hand. Now, my child, listen to me very closely. This is the hard truth I warned you about at the beginning. Because of the massive blessing I am about to release to you, because I am about to fix that exact issue that keeps you up at night with a racing heart. Whether it is your finances, your health, your marriage, or your prodigal child, I have to enact major structural changes in your life. The enemy has desperately tried to convince you that the best days of your life are permanently behind you, that your story has peaked, that your narrative is already fully written, and that there is nothing new, exciting, or miraculous left for you to experience. But I say to you today, your story is absolutely not over. The chapter of deep sorrow you have been stuck in is not the ending of your book. The deafening silence you have endured is not the conclusion. I am the sovereign author of your life, and I have glorious, mind-blowing pages left to write. Do not put a final period where I have only placed a comma. Do not forcefully close the book when I am just now beginning to unfold the staggering promises I made to you years ago. But to step into this new chapter, to receive the fix for that midnight anxiety, you are going to have to let me change things. And it is going to hurt at first. I am going to have to prune relationships out of your life that you have grown comfortably numb to. I am going to remove people who drain your spirit, people who speak doubt into your destiny, and people who are secretly competing with you. When they leave, it will sting. You will feel rejected. But you must trust that my removal is absolute protection. I am going to disrupt your routines. I am going to challenge your deep-seated habits of control. I am going to force you out of the familiar, comfortable boat and command you to step onto the turbulent waves. The transition is going to feel chaotic. You are going to feel like you are losing your grip on reality. But hear me. You are not losing your grip. You are finally letting go so I can take the wheel. The pain of this change is just the breaking of the old shell, so the new life can emerge. It is the painful, necessary surgery required to remove the cancer of your past, so you can breathe freely in your future. I want you to see what I see when I look at you. When I look at you, I do not see a failure who missed their chance. I see a blazing fire waiting for the wind. I don't see broken, useless pieces. I see a chosen vessel ready to carry my glory to a thirsty world. I don't see wasted years. I don't see hopelessness. I see the fertile seed of a future bursting with undeniable hope and profound peace. My child, you are absolutely not what you think you are. You are not the vile names your abusers called you. You are not the embarrassing mistakes you made when you were young and foolish. You are not the heavy shame you carry in secret. You are mine. And if you are mine, then absolutely nothing and no one in this universe can pry you out of my protective grip. Do you remember those dark moments when you genuinely thought you could not physically or mentally go on for another second? And yet somehow, inexplicably, you did. That was me. That was my supernatural strength surging through your veins. Do you remember the times when the financial provision came at the absolute last possible second? When the door opened that you never even knocked on? When an unexplainable peace suddenly flooded your panicking heart right in the middle of total chaos? That was me. Do you remember the nights you thought you were completely alone lying on the floor, but a quiet, gentle whisper inside your spirit told you to just hold on until the morning? That whisper was me. I have always been here. I have been masterfully weaving the chaotic threads of your story into a beautiful tapestry. I have been fiercely guarding your steps from fatal traps. I have been physically carrying you when your grief was so heavy you didn't even realize you were being held. And now I am telling you with absolute certainty, everything you walked through, every ounce of trauma and pain, was not wasted. I am bringing breathtaking beauty directly from the ashes of your burned-down life. I am bringing vibrant, abundant life straight out of the barren, cracked ground. I am bringing a miraculous resurrection to the dreams you buried years ago because you thought they were permanently dead. But my child, you must make a deliberate choice today. You cannot keep hiding behind the thick walls built by your past traumas and fears. You cannot keep believing the demonic lies that you are too broken or too old to be used. You cannot keep running away from my intense, loving gaze. I am asking you right now, let me see you fully and completely. Let me into the hidden, locked rooms of your heart. Let me touch the sensitive, infected places you thought would never ever heal. Let me breathe the breath of life into the parts of your soul that have grown cold, cynical, and hard. Do not be afraid, for I promise you on my own holiness, I will never reject you. I will not turn away in disgust. But understand this, I love you too much to leave you where I find you. When you let me truly see you, I will begin the process of radically transforming you. You see, child, when I look at you, I do not just see the painful wreckage of your past. I see the explosive, undeniable power of your future. I see the specific divine calling I placed within your DNA. I see a massive destiny just waiting to unfold. I see the faces of the people whose lives will be literally saved because you chose to surrender your pain to me. I see generational chains of poverty, addiction, and depression that are going to break, not only in your life, but in the lives of your children and your grandchildren, all because you bravely decided to let me heal you. You may not feel strong today, but I declare that you are stronger than you know, because my own Holy Spirit resides within you. You may not feel ready for this major transition, but I have been secretly preparing you for it your entire life. You may not feel worthy of this incoming blessing, but the blood I shed on the cross has made you completely and eternally worthy. Do not turn away from this truth. If you walk away now, if you reject this word, you will severely delay the breakthrough that is currently standing on your front porch, knocking on your door. I am standing here with my arms wide open, waiting patiently for you to say yes. Waiting for you to stop hiding behind your excuses. Waiting for you to finally let me in to do the heavy lifting. You do not need to have all the answers mapped out. You do not have to fix yourself or clean yourself up before you come to me. You only need to open your battered heart and let me see you. And when you do, I promise you will experience a love so fierce, so unshakable, and so unending that you will weep wondering how you ever survived a single day without it. My beloved, the time is right now, not tomorrow, not someday when things calm down, not when you finally feel ready. Now. This exact moment has been written into eternity. This specific message was carved into the timeline of history exclusively for you. Do not let the enemy steal this holy moment with a distraction, a text message, or a sudden wave of doubt. This is your personal invitation to the throne room. This is your divine, holy encounter. This is the exact pivot point where the trajectory of your entire existence begins to change. Lift your eyes. Look at me. Do not turn away. Let me see you. For when I see you, I restore what was stolen. When I see you, I heal what was shattered. When I see you, I raise you out of the grave. When I see you, I permanently remind you that you were never forgotten, never forsaken, and never unloved. You are mine, and I will defend you fiercely. I will never let you go. My child, lean in even closer now, for this is the moment I have been preparing your heart for. You have heard me validate your pain, your trials, and your hidden tears. You have heard me remind you that I have never left your side, that every agonizing moment was woven into a brilliant, greater plan. But now I want to physically lift your head and force your eyes to look at the horizon of what is rapidly approaching. You have walked through the valley of the shadow of death, but now I am calling you to ascend to the mountaintop. You have endured a long, freezing, terrifying night, but the dawn is aggressively breaking over the hills. The season of hiding, of being overlooked, of carrying your heavy burdens in complete silence, is abruptly giving way to a season of explosive revelation and public blessing. And in this new season, you are going to see my promises fulfilled in ways that will literally leave you speechless, weeping tears of pure gratitude. Proclaim, "You are my peace," to anchor this truth in your spirit, and claim the calm that is coming to your mind. I want you to vividly imagine the heavy iron chains that have bound you for so long. The chains of chronic fear, paralyzing shame, crippling doubt, and constant rejection. You have lived with these chains for so many years that you treat them as if they are permanent, as if they are literally welded to your bones. But I am declaring to you right now, as the supreme judge of the universe, those chains are breaking, right now. Even as you are reading my words, the spiritual weight you have carried is being supernaturally lifted off your chest. The demonic lies you accepted as truth are being violently silenced. The deep shame you thought would permanently define your identity is being washed entirely away by my grace. For when I look at you today, I absolutely do not see a prisoner. I see a child who has been fully and legally set free. I see someone who was once bound in the dark, but now walks boldly in the light of absolute victory. You may not physically feel it in your emotions yet, but the victory is already permanently yours, because I paid the ultimate bloody price for it on Calvary. The enemy desperately wanted you to believe that you were forgotten by heaven, but I never forgot you for a second. He wanted you to believe that you were fundamentally unworthy of love or success, but I have boldly called you worthy. He wanted you to believe that your story was over, that you were washed up, that your best days were gone. But I am telling you, I am just now dipping my pen in the ink to write the most breathtaking, miraculous chapters of your entire life. Do not ever let the enemy's lying whispers hold more weight in your mind than my roaring voice of truth. The enemy has absolutely zero authority over your divine destiny. He is a defeated liar. I am the one who holds your very breath in my hands, and I am the one who commands you right now. Rise from the ashes of your burned-out past. Rise from the suffocating lies that told you that you were nothing but a failure. Rise from the debilitating pain that tried to bury you alive. Rise, because I am physically breathing new, vibrant resurrection life into your lungs today. Do you know what I actually see when I look at you? I see a fierce warrior clothed in my blinding light. I see a soul that has been refined by the hottest fire, making you exponentially stronger than you ever imagined possible. I see someone who has endured Category 5 storms but absolutely refused to be destroyed. I see a chosen vessel carrying my heavy glory into dark places that thought they had won the war. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are not overlooked. You are handpicked for this specific time, this chaotic generation, this exact moment in history. You were not born by accident. You were dispatched from heaven with a massive purpose. And absolutely everything you have walked through, every tear, every heartbreak, every failure, has specifically trained and prepared you for such a time as this. I know you doubt your own strength. I hear you when you tell yourself, I can't do this. I am not ready for this change. I am not smart enough. I am not strong enough. I am just not enough. But hear me, my precious child. You don't have to be enough on your own. I am more than enough for you. My limitless strength will completely carry you when your human strength runs out. My Holy Spirit will empower you with supernatural wisdom. My endless grace will cover every single one of your mistakes. You do not have to strive and hustle and grind to make this happen. You only have to surrender. When you finally stop trying to control everything in your own limited strength and just let me take the wheel, you are going to see massive iron doors swing open that you never even touched. You are going to watch miracles unfold that you never even had the faith to expect. You are going to experience financial, emotional, and relational breakthroughs that will leave even your worst enemies standing in absolute silent awe of what I have done for you. The miracle I am meticulously preparing in your life right now will not be a hidden, quiet thing. It will not be small. It will be a loud, undeniable public testimony that will force everyone around you to acknowledge my hand upon your life. The people who once doubted you, the ones who gossiped about you, the ones who walked away when you were at your lowest. They will watch from the sidelines as I elevate you higher than they ever thought was humanly possible. But I do not want you to focus your energy on them. I do not want you to harbor bitterness or a desire to prove them wrong. I want you to fix your eyes entirely on me. Because this incoming blessing is not about revenge. It is about revealing the magnificent glory of my grace through your restored life. My beloved, there is a weighty, beautiful destiny placed upon your life that is vastly greater than you have ever dared to believe. There are spiritual gifts lying dormant inside you that you have not yet discovered. There are massive doors of opportunity I am about to open, that you could not have unlocked with 100 lifetimes of human effort. There are divine, strategic connections I am aligning in your path right now that will instantly shift the trajectory of your entire family's future. Do not think small anymore. Do not shrink back into your comfort zone. Do not let the fear of change rob you of the spectacular future I have already prepared. Lift your head, roll your shoulders back, stand tall. Walk forward into the unknown with unshakable confidence, because I am going before you like a consuming fire, and I am making every crooked path straight. But hear me clearly, child, and heed this warning. Do not turn away from this exact moment. Do not ignore this divine call. If you let this word slip through your fingers, if you close this screen and walk away unchanged, holding on to your stubborn control and your familiar pain, you will severely delay the very breakthrough you have been crying out on your knees for. This is not a casual, optional invitation. This is the urgent, desperate cry of my Father's heart to yours. I want you to see me as I see you, and I want you to let me see you fully, without fear, without masks, without shame. I am not asking for your perfection. I am asking for your brutal honesty. I am asking for your total surrender. I am asking for you. When you truly surrender your life, your fears, and your control to me, you will discover a level of freedom that you have never known existed. The deep, lasting peace you have desperately longed for will violently flood your soul, washing away decades of anxiety. The pure joy you thought was permanently lost will rise again in your heart, like the morning sun cresting over the mountains. The clarity you have begged me for will come in waves as I guide your every step. And the unconditional love you have spent your entire life searching for will completely overwhelm you, because it has always been right here, flowing endlessly from my heart directly to yours. So do not delay another second. Do not let the ghost of shame hold you back. Do not let the loud voice of fear silence your response to my call. Lift your tear-filled eyes to me. Speak to me right now, even if it is just with trembling, broken words. Invite me into the absolute deepest, darkest, most painful places of your soul. Let me see you. Let me touch the infected wounds. Let me shatter the generational chains. Let me breathe roaring life into the dreams you thought were dead and buried. And stand back and watch as I miraculously transform your entire life before your very eyes. My child, I am closer to you right now than your own heartbeat. I am physically holding you in this very moment, even if you can't feel it. I am speaking resurrection life into your dry, exhausted bones. I am officially declaring over you today, you are chosen, you are forgiven, you are fiercely loved, you are completely free, and you are forever mine. Do not turn away, because absolutely everything you have ever longed for is found right here in the safety of my presence. And I make you this solemn promise. If you stay, if you open your heart completely, if you surrender your need for control and let me see the real you, absolutely nothing in your life will ever be the same again.
We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.